It is Monday, July 20th, and we are back. World Cup has ended, but MLB continues. Full MLB slate tonight. I'm ready to dive into some of the picks, plays for tonight. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well, and I'm going to just jump right into the slate tonight. I got a bunch of player props, bunch of money line plays that I like for tonight's slate. I'll go over some other money line plays that I like as well. I will start with the hit rates. A bunch of guys that are pitching tonight that have hit their strikeout rates recently. So bunch of guys here. You can go over, use this list over on Twitter. It's been super helpful for me recently. And then also home run bet. I am going with Wilson Contreras tonight for the Red Sox. Plus 375 I got. Pretty good odds. And he's doing some incredible stuff. I was looking at his stats earlier this morning. He's got 22 home runs on the year, which is 2 off his career high. And he's age 40. So he's 2 off a career high already. It's not even close to the end of the season. So it's been a really good year for him so far. I expect that to continue. He's got 4 home runs in his last 7 games, and he's got really good numbers. So I like Wilson Contreras. Hopefully he can go deep tonight in that game against the Orioles. I will dive into the 3 straights we got for tonight. I am going first with the Red Sox. They are trying to go 14 in a row. This streak goes back before the All-Star break. They are playing an Orioles team who is kind of hot as well, 7 straight for them as well. But I like the Red Sox tonight because of Shane Baz. They're in Boston. It's a home game for the Red Sox. And then Baz on the road this year, 1-6 record, 4.26 ERA on the road. So definitely better at home. 1-6 record on the road is kind of disgusting. But Boston offense should be able to capitalize on this. Peyton Toll also has been really good for this Red Sox team. So I expect him to play or pitch well as well. If we look at this game tonight, Orioles at Red Sox, 84% of the bets on Boston money line and 96% of the bets are on Red Sox minus 1.5. Wow. It's a lot. But on the right side here, I think the Red Sox get it done. I think they have the better pitcher. They're also at home. And then that huge freaking streak of wins is just incredible. I don't know where I'm going here. Next team I got the Braves tonight. I think Atlanta does well at home tonight. Just comparing lineups, Braves, Padres, obviously Braves top 6 in runs scored this year, while Padres are bottom 5. So home game for the Braves, better offense, and then Bryce Elder has pitched really good at home. 3.34 ERA compared to his 5.31 on the road. I think it's a good matchup for the Braves, and I think they can get it done. They got the better offense. Padres have been so hit or miss this year, and better lineup, better pitcher. 80% of the bets are on Braves money line. Also, slightly over 50% are on minus the 1.5 even. So I think the Braves win this game. Obviously, hitters Olsen, Riley, Baldwin have all been really great this year. So Braves on the money line. I am parlaying those 2 up in the parlay. So Red Sox, Braves, if we go up here, Red Sox, Braves, we're going for 3 straight wins. So we've had past 2 nights come through on the moneyline parlay. Red Sox and Braves, 20 to win, 57. So I like that a ton tonight. Cubs on the money line. Let me look at that in the chat. Let me look at the Cubs tonight. All right, at home against Detroit, definitely the better lineup. 59% of the bets on the Cubs tonight. I'd be a little nervous with Tyone on the mound. Jack Flaherty's okay. Over-under is 11, which is kind of scary. It's a lot of runs. Cubs are slightly favored. They probably should be slightly favored. You can definitely go Cubs, but I can see this going either way. I mean, I'd much prefer the 3 plays that I'm on tonight. Red Sox, Braves, and then Rangers. I'm going to get to the Rangers here in a second. Going with Texas money line tonight. Jacob deGrom on the mound, really one of the only reasons I'm going with them. I feel pretty confident that this Rangers team can get it done, although I'm not fully confident. That's why they're not in the parlay. But deGrom, 4-1 record at home with a 2.51 ERA. So basically dominating his starts. Rangers offense hasn't been the greatest, like this guy commented that I missed from earlier. But Texas offense hasn't been great. deGrom has been awesome. So I like deGrom tonight. I think deGrom can pitch well and they can beat. Who are they playing? Jeez. White Sox. So they are heavy favorites tonight. But I'm a little less confident in this play. 73% are on Texas money line, Texas Rangers money line. So liking that as well tonight. Nationals. Let me look for you. Nationals money line. Nationals offense has been great all year. I like the Nationals offense a ton, especially in Colorado. That could be really fun. I actually like this play a ton more than the Cubs. Ronaldo in the chat. Washington, 85% of the bets placed on the Nationals. I think this is probably a safer play than the Cubs money line, just because Kyle Freeland is also really, really bad. Anytime I can bet against Kyle Freeland, I will. It's also in Colorado. I expect a lot of runs. Just have to hope the Nationals offense can come through. I'm not really too familiar with Andrew Alvarez, but I prefer the Nationals over the Cubs money line there. And then let's get to some of the player props for tonight. I got a bunch of player props that I like. I'll actually get to the... Let me just go to the... How can I get there? All right, George Springer. I like George Springer a lot tonight. I'm going with him on the ladder tonight. 2+, 3+, and 4+ hits, runs, RBIs. I'm taking it all the way up to plus 300 there on the 4. He's hit really well against Nick Martinez in his career. It's also a home game for the Blue Jays tonight, which I like a lot. Dylan Cease on the mound. They are favored. 66% of the bets placed on the Blue Jays tonight. I think Dylan Cease pitches well. George Springer could play well also. Nick Martinez has been pretty good this year, but Springer has hit really well against him in the past. I believe he's got like 17 or 20-ish at-bats, and he's batting .353. So George Springer there on the ladder. I'm taking, just throwing a couple bucks on each 2, 3, and 4 hits plus runs plus RBIs there. And then let's get to the player props. I got 2 pitchers, 2 hitters tonight. Start with some of the pitchers here. Joe Ryan. I like Joe Ryan over 6.5 strikeouts tonight. He's up against Cleveland. They've had a ton of strikeout problems since Jose Ramirez has been sidelined due to injury. They've only been striking out more and more. So I like Joe Ryan. He's known to strike out a ton of guys. He's got 120 strikeouts over 110 innings this season. So over a strikeout per inning, I think 6.5 he can get to, or 7 he can get to tonight against Cleveland. They are in Cleveland, so that does shake things up a little bit, but they are still favored, and 57% of the bets also on the Twins tonight. I think Joe Ryan can get it done. If we look at strikeouts here, so 7+ is -117. I think he averages 10.44 Ks per 9. I think he can get there tonight in Cleveland. And then I paired that up tonight with Jacob deGrom over 6.5 strikeouts. Texas offense might not be amazing, but I think deGrom pitches really well tonight against the White Sox. Over 6.5 strikeouts in all of his last 4 starts. So White Sox also strike out a ton. 5 strikeouts, bottom 5 in strikeouts per game this season. So ton of swing and miss in this lineup. I like deGrom at home. He pitches much better at home. His ERA drops down to 2.51. So good matchup for Jacob deGrom. I like him going over 6.5 as well. And then that's the strikeouts parlay tonight. So Ryan, deGrom, both over the 6.5, 14 Ks total, maybe more. 20 wins 70. So really like this play a ton for the player props. And then I do have one hitter if you want to throw that into a parlay as well. I am going with Brian Reynolds. I found a pretty good matchup for him tonight. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's hitting .306 against left-handed pitching, and he's in New York, I believe, against Ryan Weathers. I don't know if he's faced him a ton, but he is batting .306 against lefties, also .319 over his last 30 games. It is also a short porch in Yankee Stadium, so that could benefit him as well. Right here. He's faced Weathers 4 times, 3 hits against him in his career. So it's a good matchup for Brian Reynolds. He's also at the top of this Pirates lineup and might not win the game in New York, but I think he can get over that 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I did also want to see what deGrom is for his over. Yeah, so 7+ strikeouts is minus 161. So they obviously think he's going to strike out a ton. I like that parlay a lot. The Ryan and deGrom tonight. I don't necessarily love going with 2 pitchers. Sometimes it kind of backfires. One really does not do well, but I think they can get both over 6.5 Ks. So Joe Ryan, Jacob deGrom, that's the player props parlay for tonight. And then other than that, pretty much everything for tonight. Just MLB pretty much from here on till football season. That also is right around the corner. I've got some really, really fun things in the works for NFL futures plays and then also just the upcoming season. So I definitely look forward to posting all that. That'll be all for free over on Twitter. Hit the follow button if you're watching on YouTube on Twitter and sub to the YouTube channel. I'll be doing picks and plays pretty much Monday through Friday, all the way leading up to the NFL season and through the NFL season. Really enjoying it, and hopefully we can cash some bets tonight in the MLB. Other than that, I'll be back tomorrow, more MLB plays, ton to look forward to, and then be on the lookout for some football content. I'll be doing futures plays, bunch of stuff coming in the near future. Anyways, have a good one, and I will see you